road games continue to be the Mount Everest that the 76ers cannot summit. After their fourth consecutive loss, the Sixers locker room was quiet. The silence didn't read as one of chilliness or sorrow, but rather one of introspection.
It really puts a lot of things in perspective, and the desperation. We lost 4 in a row now. It's like finding ourselves and trying to figure it out. I think good is going to come out of this.
The Sixers are hoping that good translates into road wins. And for Joel Embiid, the secret sauce is, yes, healing his hand, but even more so, it's getting back to enjoying the game.
I'm trying to get back to the fun Joel, smile a little more. For the whole season, kind of told myself that I was going to be serious, and I feel like everybody just look at it in a way that, I'm moody or I might not care. I do. I want to win, but at the same time, I try to have a different attitude. Obviously, hasn't been working, so got to go back to that fun. Joel still be locked in.
But a Sixers victory does not rest solely on the wide shoulders of Embiid. They have to build on the fight that they showed in the loss to Milwaukee. And as Tobias Harris pointed out, there are, quote, no moral victories in basketball, but there are lessons that they can take from this skid.
You do find out a lot about culture when you go through ups and downs, and it's how you get through it. And I believe this team is a great team and a team that is destined for excellence, and we hold each other to that standard, and we'll continue to push each other and be ready for the next one.
And the next one is Friday night at home against Memphis. Because as Brett Brown said on Thursday, this is a, quote, show me league. And it is time for the Sixers to show up.
Here are 2 superstars. We had one superstar performance.
Yeah, and sometimes you go to the touchscreen or go to the film and you say, let's break it down from a basketball perspective what happened. Sometimes it's really as simple, John, as saying, let's contrast the 2 stars, the 2 best players on the floor, the best player for each team. And when you take a look at the way the night went, Giannis Antetokounmpo, to me, the reason that this guy's an MVP, obviously he's going to win it again this year, and he's pulling away from people right now, is the relentlessness with which he plays. He is obsessed with being the best player every single night. And he gets what he wants to get.
He tagged him there.
Little bit. And, it's just his ability to play downhill and just overwhelm you physically. And I contrast it with Sixers' best player. And this is a guy that's considered the best big man in the game. And look, early on, he was going down to the post a little bit. He was getting bumped a little bit. He wasn't getting calls. Frustrated him. But the second half, he basically spent the entire half behind the three-point line. And, when you have that kind of physical dominance, when you can go down to the post and basically be unstoppable, look, it takes a lot of energy to do that. And I think the way Joel Embiid plays sometimes, it doesn't look like he's got the commitment from a conditioning standpoint, from an energy standpoint, to want to do it. Because guess what? That means you have to sprint to the block. That's a long run. You've got to bang. You've got to establish position. You've got to hold it. You're going to get double teamed. You're going to get contact on your shot. And then what you got to do? You got to turn and you got to sprint to be the rim protector at the other end. And then do it again the next possession. And it doesn't seem like sometimes he's willing to do that. So the relentlessness, there's no comparison between the 2 players.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis,